Warning, this program may contain visuals that might offend sensitive viewers. Parental guidance is advised.
In this episode, we highlight the plight of an elderly farmer who has been in limbo for the past 7 years. This after his farm was gutted by a fire which was allegedly started by the Greater Letaba municipality workers.
Someone asked me a question. Well, you haven't got any idea of who, suppose you know, he banned your farm. I said, no, I know the people. It's my municipality.
I wonder what kind of leadership do we have in this country that an 83-year-old man will be knocking at their door day after day.
That amount to 40 million is actually 40,000.
It's actually 40,000. It was just a typing error. It can't be 40 million.
Okay.
Which was signed?
Yes, which was signed.
Lush and green Limpopo, awe and wonder at its best. A beautiful, almost untouched natural environment. The Limpopo province is rich in wildlife, contrasting scenery, cultural heritage, and historic sites. Most people that live in this province rely on small-scale farming to make a living. 83-year-old Harold Ramahala has been a farmer since the early 70s after leaving his job in Johannesburg, where he worked as an inspector for a furniture store, to take over his aging parents' farm in Motloka Musoma in Mojaji's Kloof. He was determined to make the farm a success.
All of this place must be green beans. And then that side, I say, if I want to plant cabbage, you will see it's a big place.
On the farm, he made over 50,000 rands selling vegetables that he grew and sold to markets across the country.
You see, then from there I was working 100%. That's why I got even some documents to show people that I was working, planting green beans, and chilies, tomatoes, baby marrows, and then tomatoes and even cabbages. What do you call this thing? Okra. And even planting okra, everything. Then when I pack them here, packaging, and then before I send them, I must contact my agent at Cape Town and try to get the price. From there, I'm going to Durban, get the price, and then I compare the prices, and then, oh, this is the right place. And then I send everything to the place where the price is better. Yeah. You see, just like that.
But his dreams and efforts to make the farm a success and empower his community were destroyed. We met up with Mr. Ramahala on a gloomy and rainy Tuesday morning for our interview with him. He says the weather is a reflection of how he has been feeling since 2018, when his 21 hectares vegetable farm was gutted by a fire allegedly started by the Greater Letaba municipal workers, who set alight a pile of rubbish too close to the farm. As a result, most of the farm burned to ashes, and a lot of his equipment, including pipes, fences, and a water pump, were destroyed.
By the time when they burned it, before they burned this place, I was just going around here. And then just when I left, I got the phone that the farm is burning. When I come back, everything's already finished. Someone asked me a question. Well, you haven't got any idea of who, suppose you know, he banned your farm. I said, no, I know the people. It's municipality.
He says his agony started in 2016, 2 years before the fire, when the Greater Letaba municipality approached him to allow them to remove his fence so a contractor could lay down paving on the road, which often flooded when it rained.
The municipality called me to come and help these people, the contractor, to get a tar road to cross that river. Then from there, I said, okay, you can do everything, but when you are finished, please, you must replace my fence.
What was the reason for the tar road?
The school.
Okay.
So that the school, when the rain is falling, the people can manage to go to school, even the teachers, you see.
He says after the completion of the paving project in November 2016, the company which was laying down the paving left without reinstalling the fence, telling him that the municipality would be responsible for doing so.
I said, but you were supposed to finish these things. They said, oh no. Now is where I start going to the municipality. Hey, Bulen, your people did this and this and this and this. Well, now that's why I try to follow the municipality. Now they try to dodge. Then I went to the premier. Hey, look, people did this and this and this and this and this.
He says he has received no assistance. Instead, he has received threats and has been forcefully removed from the municipal offices a few times when he went to demand compensation over the damages. Despite the damages on his farm that ultimately caused operations on his farm to come to a halt, we asked if he regrets agreeing to let the municipality move his fence.
No, I didn't regret.
Okay.
I didn't regret it because otherwise the school is not going to operate properly, you see. The road is got nothing to do with the road as I gave them a permission. Now from there, now they spoiled our agreement, you see.
Seven years later, he is still struggling to get the municipality to repair the damages to his farm. Without an irrigation system and a fence, Mr. Ramahala is struggling to start afresh and is scared that he might die without ever returning his farm to its former glory. His family also fears the toll that this is taking on him and his health.
When he finally bows down, on our side, it will be a cry, but I think for the municipality, it will be a celebration to say now it is the end. Because from where I'm sitting, I'm looking at it in that way. And this is what he told me. He said they even told him that, look, you will eventually die and this thing will pass by. Yeah, so I wonder what kind of leadership do we have in this country that an 83-year-old man will be knocking at their door day after day. They can't help him. Not because they don't have the resources to help him. They have the resources to help him. Not that they can't help him. They can if they want. So I want to appeal to them that let him not bow down to the stress and eventually succumb to this, and before they could settle him. Rather call him, sit down with him. We are here as well to assist in the negotiations, to say, let's sit down around the table and we talk about this.
We approached the municipal spokesperson, Lava's manager, to ask why Mr. Ramahala has not been compensated after so many years.
We came to the table with him. We said to check at that moment, which was in 2018, what is it that we could do to assist him to just resuscitate and get his farm or project up and running again. There was an agreement that was made. And also this was after Mr. Ramahala had written to the Department of Kokta, and they had sent through a mediator to come and assist because we couldn't have proper agreements with Mr. Ramahala. After those engagements, we established, or we did an agreement with him where we agreed to pay him at least 250,000 towards the damage. It includes the stone pitching and replacement of the irrigation system, and then give him some cash amount just on humanitarian grounds so that he can be able to still get people come back and work on site. And unfortunately, after that agreement has been signed, Mr. Ramahala went back and declined. Actually went back to the agreement and declined on it when we were supposed to pay out that money and get people to go and work on site.
Mr. Ramahala says the damages to his farm are way more than the 250,000 rands that the municipality is offering. He is demanding over 1 million rands.
He's now at 1.4 million. That's the amount he wants us to pay for the damages. We just wanted to assist him to get his farm up and running, but that much money as a municipality, we cannot pay him.
We asked her to break down the amount that they are offering him.
The 250,000 that was offered to Mr. Ramahala was to assist him to get his farm up and running. We offered 90,000 rand, some in cash on humanitarian grounds, and there is an amount of 40,000 that was supposed to be paid for the irrigation system, and we are also the rest was supposed to go towards the stone pitching and making sure that that place is resuscitated. So that's actually what the 250,000 was meant for.
Okay, and then that amount of 40 million is actually 40,000.
It's actually 40,000. It was just a typing error. It can't be 40 million.
Okay.
Which was signed.
Yes, which was signed.
By whom? Yeah, the 40,000 and 40 million, which was signed, means it's an official document and signed.
Okay. It was signed. I see the signature of Mr. Ramahala and 2 witnesses.
Sure.
It's only signatures. I can't tell who they are. They didn't write their names.
But they don't look familiar to you?
No, not at all.
According to this document, the 40 million rands would be put aside for the irrigation system. This raises questions as to why the municipality only realized 3 years later that they had made a typing error, after we made inquiries about the amount. We requested that Mr. Ramahala join in on the meeting, as he is adamant that he never agreed to have the amount reduced from 1.5 million to 250,000 rands. He feels that they are taking advantage of his old age.
Very nagiri, abisanyaga 1.5, ninyaga 250. Iyo sense ifende, no kuyonana. Ibale ngayo.
Nakera man.
Mwana nagiri balance for ye umbujore na wena ugani juicer 12 rand banyaga 2 rand.
He says the documents were never read out to him and therefore didn't fully comprehend what he was signing and agreeing to. On top of that, he says he wasn't offered enough time to go through the documents. It was only when he got home that he realized that the document that he had signed states that he had agreed to reduce the amount. He then took the document to the Premier's office, hoping they would assist him.
Iloya uye kochishi, mali kochishi njuri ilia, uli ilia gazona yaure, niwe nege bako, ore, tendele kono kona lecho awu, gari kochishi njuri ilo jiri siendo wagangoka, wali ilia nege bako, and then lori, bashubaba sanjuri, bashume ilo jajo kamugajo, nidulia bugai gari 18 million. Kajian sujiga gabako ofisi ya primi, lewa naba atuma ucha.
After this meeting, the spokesperson suggested that they set up another appointment with the mayor and municipal manager for the following Tuesday. We were unable to attend the meeting, but we contacted him on the day of that meeting for feedback on what happened.
What happened?
I was 250,000 and I got 250,000.
Yeah.
1.5. Enough and no Adam Bojauri.
ubhadele 1.5 because kodwa baba SABC bazobaka lechata awumuntu badeli yawo lepenya le public protector leminister le treasurer awumuntu badeli yawo.
So hanyaki ka 1.5 million.
No.
Mr. Ramahala's nephew says there are other options that the municipality can look into.
Now, I think the municipality thinks that he wants money. And the issue is not about money. The issue is about getting the farm back to business. It's not about the money. So I think they are thinking that what will he do with 1.5 million? If we give him 1.5 million, what will he do with it? He's an old man. The issue is not about the money. The issue is about the farm. So if they were saying to us, fine, we don't want to give you the 1.5 million, and this I'm talking from my own point of view. If you are saying, look, we can't give you the money, but we're going to erect the fence for you. We're going to put the irrigation systems for you. We're going to make sure that your farm is back to its former glory. And that by itself, it will be something. Even myself, I'll say to my father, look, if they are going to do this, it's okay. Let's begin again and continue farming. The only thing that we can talk about after that is the loss of income that we have suffered throughout this year.
Mr. Ramahala has had to lay off 15 permanent employees. Some of them have been able to find work in other farms, but some are still without work. One of his former employees still remains on the farm, cutting down wood, which he sells to the community to make a living.
He got 6 children, and then he just come here and chop these trees, and then sell them to the people. You just give 600 rand, 500 rand. So that he can just buy food for the children, even the grant for the children. That's all.
Kusungula ku ri swilo swi nga ha tirhi laniwa a ni kume swa ku swilo a swa ha fambi hey before ni nga za ni sungula mhaka yeleyo ya tihunyi phela loko ni sala ni hleketa tihunyi hi nkama loko se swi sade ku bihile xiyimo xi yime rona sweswi loko no mi byela ku ri hala kaya na vana a va nwi tiye mi va ka mi nga thengi na sweswi nkhulungu karhi ni vulavula kona a ku na nchumu lowu wu zaku ku va ku phuxa ku endle ku ri munhu a kota ku kuma mapa ni maso loko u kuma wona swo tala a ya swi hlayi swo tala swi navi just munhu a kota ku kuma ku hanya ku na vana va kota ku kuma ku hanya
He says life before the farm burned down was much easier and hopes that one day it can be restored.
Lexi a no xirhelela ntsena no loko ko va ku ndhawu leyi yi tirha na me ni kota ku ri ni kota ku kuma ku hanyisa vana ku ri swilo swo tala ni nga ha lavi swilo swo tala swo tala u nge swi koti swilo leswiwa laniwa ni vulavula hi ku rilela ku loko a ni lova ku ri ku ndhawu leyi ya tirha munhu a kota ku tirha a kota ku humesa ku hanyisa vana lava va karhi ku va hayaku eswikolweni hi sweswo leswo.
After the Greater Letaba municipality failed to replace his fence, Mr. Ramahala used tree trunks to build a new one. Over the years, the farm has been vandalized, the electric transformer they used to power up the power pump and the rest of the farm has been stolen.
You see, here it was where the starter was. Even the meter box.
In addition, while Mr. Ramahala was taking us to see the stretch of road that was constructed by the municipality, we made a shocking discovery. There were tire marks on the far end of the farm, and we realized that soil was being dug out.
So they are digging without your permission?
I don't know what they're doing here.
A few days later, we went back and we caught the diggers red-handed. They say they were instructed by their boss, who owns a construction company, to dig out the soil. But before they could live with the soil, Mr. Ramahala instructed them to offload it and have their boss call him. Livestock is also using his farm as grazing land. He says none of this would be happening had the municipality fixed his farm, and therefore blames them for everything that happens there. With the municipality and Mr. Ramahala being at loggerheads and not being able to reach an agreement, he continues to feel disregarded and hopeless.
It's luckily all of my family, I think, got any heart attack. Otherwise, I was supposed to long time. Just like that.
That is a compassionate person, very honest and very straightforward. And I think the people that worked for him, he looked after them like his own children. He is the elder in the family. We don't have any other person except him. So even ourselves, we depend on him for many other things. Should there be anything, he still have cows, he still have goats. If there are funerals and everything, we know, we just go to the old man and say, Dad, can we get a cow for this funeral? Everybody in the family, they know we can depend on him, we still depend on him. And looking at his life now, we know he can still go maybe more years if he lives well, as he was living well before this thing with the municipality. And we are hoping that maybe if the municipality settles this, maybe he will recover again and be able to go strong again. Yeah.
Mr. Ramahala had initially lodged a complaint against the municipality in 2018 with the public protector, but the matter was closed after Mr. Ramahala went into an agreement with the municipality, which he now disputes. The public protector says that the matter will now be subjected to an internal investigation.